Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, here to share with you a fresh look at a hydrangea corsage. It's actually not a corsage. We're going to do a hydrangea brooch, a fun alternative to working with hydrangeas in beautiful body flowers. The base for this brooch is nothing more than a name badge holder. You know, the little plastic gizmos you get at the office supply store, you can put the badge in and then pin it on a dress or a jacket with your name. Hi, I'm Leanne. I cut it down a little bit though, because this rectangle is just sort of boring and everybody knows what it is. So I make it into a square by cutting off two sides just a little bit so that the pin stays centered. Then, rather than working with the hydrangea as a floret, work with each individual petal. You know, so many times we complain about how hydrangeas fade and they don't hold up well. Well, let's just look at things a little differently. And rather than stress, go back to the florets and spray glue them directly on. So I use 3M Super 77 spray glue to adhere florets directly to the badge. That way we don't have to worry about them wilting. They're going to stay like that for days and days and days. And what a gorgeous base to start building upon. The back I left plain. I didn't cover it all over, so you can see it is the badge in there. And there's the pin that'll be used to attach it when we're done. To add a little sparkle to the base, I'm going to use some silver bullion wire and just wrap around and around, making sure that I don't wrap over the top of the pin. I've got to keep that so that it'll open and shut without any problem. But just adding a little bit of sparkle on here, bling if you'd like to call it as such, makes it much more fun. And then bringing it to the back, cutting it, and taking the two ends and just twisting it together. Then I can start adding my floral materials. And I picked a variety of things that will dry nicely without any problems. You want to remember where your top is and set it down so that the top is up, and then just set it straight down, remembering that that's your top, so that as you glue your materials, everything will stay in place with the top at the top and the bottom at the bottom. To make it a little easier for you to see, I'm going to tip this forward and just set my knife behind it. That way you can see as I'm working. Then all my materials, and I chose some little sweetheart roses, some buds, then bits of rosemary, lamb's ear, Dusty Miller, excuse me, and I'm going to attach it all using Oasis Floral Adhesive. Very quick, very easy. Sometimes I'll just take and dab the glue on my paper, and then I can take the materials and just dip them. Placing the foliages first. I've got a tiny echinopsis bloom I'm going to place in here. And then my rose. Oop, need a little more glue. Just holding it until it sets. Going back with the buds. Lifting it and taking a look. See how it's going to look with the top up. Then I'm going to set it back down so that I can keep working. But wanted you to be able to see how it would all fit together. Just a couple more little things. One, a Lomi gem, and one more tiny rose. To add a little more fullness. Now all these materials are going to dry beautifully, so this is a brooch that they'll be able to keep for quite some time and enjoy. Placing the loamy gem in there, add a little sparkle, tiny bit more of the Dusty Miller. And maybe one more little rosebud, just because I love them. Holding it till it dries, and then letting it sit for a few minutes before we pin it on. Now it's your turn. Now that you know the technique for creating a brooch, let your imagination run wild. What if you did it round? What if you did it long and rectangular? Maybe you did a triangle. There's so many different things you can do using the plain old card. Find it here, there we go, as a beginning. Maybe even adding on a bit of cardstock to change the shape and make it bigger. The pin is there for you. Your imagination is your only limitation. If you need more creative inspiration, or if you have questions or are looking for something, check out our website, flowerschool.com. Feel free to call me at 1-800-819-8089, or use my personal email at Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. So my challenge to you, find a badge, get creative, and send me a photograph. I want to see what you do using this technique. I know there's going to be so many different creative interpretations. So I'll be waiting. It's your turn. Have fun and do something you love.